Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Bloodshots, the podcast about movies and TV shows. Joining me on my right is Wes Baumgardner.
Hello.
On my left is Aaron Schmidt.
Hello.
If you guys like what you see, head on over to YouTube and subscribe. You can go to Twitter and like us.
We're back.
Help support us on patreon.com/derailed. And then you can also support our buddy Max, who's streaming some magic on Twitch. It's called Jalapeno Children's Fund. Go give him a shout. I'm really trying. So we'll start off with a little bit of news.
Let's scavenge.
I have Woody Allen taking a break from filmmaking for the first time in decades.
How poignant is that? Crazy. This is a poignant episode. This is an episode about poignancy.
Matt Smith joins Star Wars Episode 9.
I thought you meant like our Matt Smith.
Oh, no. For a key role. My theory, which I told Wes, is that he is somehow a regenerated or like a flashback younger Supreme Leader Snoke.
Transferred his consciousness into another body.
Something like that. Okay. Yep. That's my shtick. What else? Go ahead.
Wes has one.
Nearly half of MoviePass subscribers want to cancel.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, God. I love that they're fucking just dying. So great.
But you
so
guys
great.
talked to them.
Yeah, they were fantastic.
Years.
But they did the Destiny thing.
And they always
lied.
had... Yeah.
They schemed.
Yep. And they always had shitty customer service.
If they were just upfront about things, then I wouldn't be as upset.
I'm excited to binge watch Sharp Objects.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. The finale is done. It ended the finale series high with 2.6 million viewers, which is pretty fucking fantastic. Let's see. What else we got here? Quentin Tarantino has found his Roman Polanski for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I have a new segment for us.
What's that?
We'll do... Finish yours.
Okay. Briefly scanning. American Horror Story Apocalypse sounds pretty interesting because it's all of the seasons meshed together. So it's all the characters that you have seen throughout everything, and it's all coming together in like one big thing. I'm wondering if it's going to be the last season or not, but they keep getting renewed like fucking crazy. People love that shit. Mm-hmm. I think that's it. Crazy Rich Asians is #1 in the box office still. Bananas.
I found out that in somewhere in Europe, that movie's only called Crazy Rich.
Oh, for real?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Okay, so I have some news.
Okay.
This is Spinal Tap creators are getting okay to pursue a fraud claim for somebody that sued or is like doing something that they're doing. Mm-hmm. And then the biggest thing that I've seen is that Louis C.K. took the stage for the first time since his
Central thing,
incidents.
yeah.
Yep.
And it did not go very well.
Ooh.
Michael Ian Black tweeted like, hey, we got to let people serve their time and then come back. And I'm not sure if people will have him or accept him, but I'm glad that he's trying. And everyone's like, he didn't serve any time. He did all this stupid shit and then just didn't be a comedian for a little bit. So people are still very mad at him.
Yeah.
And so that didn't go very well. So he's having a little bit of a backlash right now.
Damn.
I actually didn't know exactly what he did until I read Twitter today, and everyone was like being more explicit about it. Apparently, one of the scenarios is he invited these two female comedians up to his room after a show, and they were like, "Yeah, of course, it's Louis C.K. This is gonna be awesome. We're a big fan." And then he just gets naked and starts jerking off in front of them. His, like, MO was masturbating to women in the room. So, like, another lady was like, I called him on the phone to talk about a show, and I could hear him jerking it while I was talking to him.
Oh, my God.
It's a weird thing, man.
Damn.
It's weird. But his whole thing, I remember being, like, kind of not as mad about it to him at first because he came right out and he was like, yeah, I did all that shit. It was crazy. I feel terrible. And I was like, okay, that's a good move. Just admit it.
He tried
Yeah.
to head off the storm.
Yeah. But then he, like, doesn't do anything for a while and then comes back. And the thing is it wasn't his show. He just came to a club, and it was during someone else's thing, and they just, like, he got up there and did something for a little bit, and everyone was like, so it's a big comedian thing of like, we shouldn't let these people just come back into our lives. It's like the guy at Subway who, you know, while you're closing with him, jerks off in the corner with you. Like, you don't just let him come back into Subway because he took a year off working at Subway.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So people are really mad and blah, blah, blah.
I also know
Damn.
one of the president of FX wants him to come back, wants Louis again.
Yeah.
Partly
the
because that show made them.
Well, he rose.
Yeah, dude.
Like, greatly.
What's funny? I never watched any of his stand-up.
I watched his. Well, I did
one.
actually. I watched his Netflix stuff. Whatever came.
Was
to
he
Netflix.
like? I've heard a couple of jokes. Is his whole stand-up pretty funny, or is it?
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
I like him.
Okay.
I like his comedy.
One of his jokes is always fucking. I loved. He talks about his he talks about his family a lot, and he's just like, my daughter is a fucking asshole, and she's like 5.
He's very like The reason that I found him entertaining is because he doesn't let anyone get away with anything.
So he does the South Park thing.
Yeah.
Literally everyone is
Like
fair game.
everybody's fair game, and it was like he's making fun of these people, and then he'd make fun of those people, and then make fun of them for making fun of each other, and all this stuff. So
Yep.
Anyways, I figure we would go over the box office. We know Crazy Rich Asians is number 1, but we'll go over the box office every week since we're here and we're talking about movies, and I have it at my disposal.
What do we got?
Crazy Rich Asians is number 1, gross $2.7 million.
Is this second week in a row?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
U.S. gross so far $79 million.
Damn.
The Meg number 2, Monday
Still?
grossed $1.2 million. U.S.
Jesus.
gross $106 million. I think it's been out 1 week before Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
The Happy Time Murders is number 3.
Oh, really? That puppet one?
Yep.
The Sesame Street thing?
Yeah, but look at this. Actually, it hasn't been out that long. Never mind. So Monday it made $856,000. U.S. gross $10 million. Number 4, Mission Impossible Fallout, $725,000
But
on
that's
Monday.
been out for like a month.
$195 million worldwide, or U.S. Christopher Robin still number 5, U.S. gross $78 million, not making a whole lot. Mile 22, that movie with Wahlberg,
Yeah.
$26 million so far.
That just came out.
BlacKkKlansman number 7, $32 million, very small movie though. I bet that made money. And Alpha is out, and it grossed $520,000 on Monday. U.S. gross so far $21 million. Hotel Transylvania 3 has grossed in the U.S. $159 million at number 9, and number 10 for the box office, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, has grossed $116 million, and that's pretty good.
I heard that movie was super sad in the end.
Yeah. So yeah, that's this week in the box office.
In the B.O.
So this week you're gonna do an impression of me.
Yes, so we saw BlacKkKlansman, Aaron and I. Wes is ruining it by not seeing it. Appreciate it. So we're
I
going to
feel
try
like
to do...
If we're gonna do a podcast about movies, we have to be able to review a film without spoiling it. Consider it a challenge.
Yeah, we could try. So how do you want me to start? Just review it like you without spoilers?
Right.
So, based off of the movies that you like and the movies that we've seen together and how you review them and everything, how can I do this?
Like an imitation.
This is tough. I know. It's like...
You know how I talk. You know how I review movies.
Is he reviewing?
There's two modes of you,
What?
though.
I was just gonna say it depends if you like the movie.
Yeah,
or
you know,
if you,
That's why
Because then
he
you're
knows I
like-
liked it.
Yeah, so you're
No,
like...
there's levels of like.
yeah, but it's either so it always starts you like it or hate it.
Okay, so I'm going to do it.
Okay.
This
He
is the way
knows
that I
like
think.
it.
Okay.
He knows I like it.
This is how I'm going to do. Okay, so initial thoughts. I thought it was a great film. I thought it was shot well. This story was very good. There was a lot of intense scenes
Okay.
in it. The only thing it's tough because I don't know. Him and I have different tastes in the way actors act, right? And like I thought,
Like good acting.
huh?
I just like good acting.
Right. And I feel like you would think everybody did a good job.
Okay.
I feel like the cops that they had for that time period were,
which is the 70s.
yeah. So I read, yeah, we'll get into a couple things I read after the fact, but like, yeah, it was early 70s. It was 1972.
Nice.
And it was, so this police department, Colorado Springs, right? They want to hire minorities, right? Because it's all this segregation stuff is coming around. So he's, he applies as a cop, right? So he's like first black cop, right? And that's pretty much all I'm going to spoil for you. But there's like black power things in there, and like obviously it's about the KKK and everything, and the acting I feel like on everybody's front was very good. I thought it was very good acting.
Did you think, or do I?
As you,
okay.
Yeah, because I can sense in the movie when you feel like things are going south. By your body language and stuff, and the way that you act, right? Because you get kind of slouchy and like I don't give a fuck if the movie's kind of shitty, but if it's good, you're like up and like moving around and like that. You know what I mean?
Is interesting because sometimes that's the case, and sometimes it's just my butt.
Oh, really?
So interesting read, but can't always fold when I sit up.
Yeah. So that would be my initial review as you. That
it was shot really well.
Yep, a good story.
And a good story. And
well
good
acting.
Okay.
Good acting.
What are the faults? What are the faults you think I had?
Man. I'm trying to think of what...
No faults.
I didn't see any faults with the movie, so I can't... It'd be hard for me to put myself in your shoes and see any faults.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
How do you do?
So now review it for yourself.
So, for me, I loved every fucking second of the movie. The downtimes, the fucking build-up towards the end and everything, like the suspense, the intense, the vulgar language. Way worse than Jackie Robinson, the movie 42. You know what I mean? Like, they must say the N-word like 1,000 fucking times.
So, kind of closer to Django Unchained.
Yeah. Ooh. I do have one review as him.
Oh, okay.
Because Adam Driver's in this movie, and you're kind of on the fence with Adam Driver as an actor. Because you liked him in the religious movie that we saw, Silence or something. But then you're kind of like on the fence about him as Kylo. And that movie and that show Girls he was in was kind of weird.
I just think that show was terrible.
Yeah.
I like him as Kylo.
Okay. Oh, you do like him as Kylo. Okay. I was going to say that might be because I thought he did a really good job in this movie.
I was going to say with Kylo, I'm pretty sure that was the only part you liked of
Star
Last
Wars.
Jedi. Yeah.
Of Last Jedi, yes.
Or one of the only parts.
Yeah. I was kind of referring to him as Kylo overall from the first one and the last one.
I like
So I am not always an Adam Driver fan, but I thought he killed it in this movie.
Is this me or you?
This is me.
Okay.
I thought he did a great job. I was hesitant on the black guy that played the main character, Ron, because and I knew he looked super familiar when I first saw him, but I couldn't piece together what he was from. He's from Ballers, that HBO with The Rock movie. He's one of the main characters in Ballers, and he's not very good in that show. And then when I saw him in this, it started off a little rocky for me, and then it was just fucking guns blazing after that. It was good.
Okay.
It really fell into place. I thought everything was good. I thought the girl, like the female actresses, the black power people, like I feel like they got the right people to play those roles and everything. And like, I have to sit back and wonder how many times I had to stop filming because they're being so fucking vulgar and racist throughout the whole movie, you know? And it's like, oh, God, it's just, I don't know. It's not really a spoiler, but Adam Driver's character is Jewish, and he has to pretend to be like a regular white dude who hates everybody. And it was just, he fucking killed it. He did a great job. And that's all I could say without spoiling the movie.
So yeah, it was a really good movie. It was a really good film. Spike Lee has a very, very distinct style that comes through with this movie as well, and it's very poignant. It's what I appreciate the most about it is that it's a time in the 70s that can be plucked out and made a movie of right now and be 100% relatable. That's awesome because we need that, I think, in this time.
Can I put a pin in that real quick?
Pin it.
What I read coincides with what you just said. Oh. The actuality of the timeline of these stories was 1979. Okay. So they made it 1972 because they wanted to drag in the end of the 60s and the beginning of the 70s with talking about Vietnam, Black Power, all that stuff. They didn't want to go towards the 80s. You know what I mean? So it's in conjunction with what you said. I just thought it was funny when I read it. I was like, oh yeah, that's what he already said.
It's a very well shot movie. The cinematography is great. The lighting in these people's houses and in the warehouses and the basements in these places where they're having their meetings, the Klan meetings and stuff. It's all very, very intense, and it's all his use of handheld versus steady shots and stuff is very, very good, and it brings you into action and it brings you out in his.
So he does a little shaky cam stuff.
It's just handheld. I wouldn't say it's necessarily like shaky cam, but
one question I had, I've wanted to know about this since I saw the trailer. How was Topher Grace?
Good.
Yeah.
He did a good job. Didn't even know that was fucking him until like halfway through the movie.
Like, could potentially revitalize his career after this?
If he wants it to. Probably. He's a good actor.
So the trailers make it look moderately funny.
Yeah, it's very funny.
And part of it's kind of like a tongue-in-cheek, like almost comedy of error style of funny. Then there's the manipulation. Were there moments you were laughing out loud?
Yes.
Like the first phone call to David Dukes, like you see in the trailer?
The last phone call to David Duke is funny. The first one is not necessarily funny because you don't. The whole phone call situation is humorous, but it's not actually laugh out loud funny until the last call with David Duke.
Yeah, because the first one is the one you see in the trailers, right?
Yeah.
Who am I talking to? Oh, I'm David Duke. David Duke, head of the KKK. And then the black cop basically is saying, I hate black people, and just list off everything he hates. And the part I chuckled at, kind of internal funny, was when everyone stops what they're doing.
Yeah.
It just goes.
And they turn around, yeah.
But there's a second joke to that too, because they ask him his name and he says Ron Stallworth.
Yeah.
And then he goes into that tirade of like, here's all the people that I hate, and they all start looking at him. And they're in the office, right? And you're like, oh my God, they're gonna yell at him for like saying all those things. And then they're like, did you just use your real name?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh fuck. So that's why they're looking at him.
Yeah. And then didn't Adam Driver? He said something like, "Good luck with that."
Good luck with your new best friends.
Yeah.
And like turns back around. Everyone did a very good job. There's a very good scene with Adam Driver. And he gets the Ku Klux Klan card when he gets accepted, and he goes into this little monologue about being Jewish as a kid, but not really celebrating it, and like he's never thought about it before, but this is making him realize like who he is and stuff, and it's like, and then he hands the card back to me. He's like, I don't want to fucking keep that thing. And it's very, very good. So there's very good humor. There's very good tension. There's a little bit of an arc in terms of like pacing and stuff, but I wouldn't say it's like a climb up a hill kind of thing. It just kind of shit kind of just hits the fan at one point.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that it was like working its way up to this one thing, but shit does hit the fan at a certain point, and it gets very real, and the ending is incredibly impactful. It's pretty great, yeah. And then it starts off with the Spike Lee thing where it's like, Disjoint is based off some faux real shit or something. It's funny.
Yeah. And so it is based off true events.
It's based on a book written by Ron Stallworth.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And two things I want to add in. Back to the filming that you said. This was the first Spike Lee film since Oldboy, 2013, to be shot on film. Although the past 3 or 4 films of his were all digital, Lee expressed his passion for shooting on celluloid film. What is celluloid film? Do you know?
It's the actual film.
Oh,
so
okay.
instead of like using those cameras where you're just feeding into a camera, like into
Yeah.
A monitor?
into a monitor, and you can see
Gotcha.
what you're doing. They're actually filming. It's very rare nowadays.
When the movie came out,
I forgot he did Old Boy. Did you ever see that remake?
I did not.
The
I heard
Spike
it was.
Lee
I heard it
remake?
was not.
It was all right.
was all
It's
right?
not terrible. It's not as good as the original one.
I've heard they like really fucked up the ending,
They did.
which is really bad because the ending
The
is
ending
like
is
what
it's all about.
The ending.
But I totally forgot he did that.
so they did deviate from the book a little bit on some events to Hollywoodize it and
of
everything.
course.
So the real David Duke called Ron Stallworth to express his concern over his buffoonish, cartoonish idiot portrayal in the film. Duke also said he respected director Spike Lee, but after seeing the film, he was not pleased that the film did not follow the events of the book.
So the fact of the matter is that stories are stories and
Mm-hmm.
movies are movies. And
Yep. And sometimes a story doesn't make a good movie. You have to
Right.
put a twist on it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, have you ever seen Ed Wood?
Long time ago.
It's like about the guy. It's about Ed Wood, right?
It's about one of the worst directors of all
Yeah.
time when he's making Plan 9 from Outer Space.
It's different. It's different. Like, not all that stuff happened, and not all. It's
I thought the worst director was Tommy Wiseau.
This is like the first.
Oh, really?
director, yeah.
Yeah, like
This is like Tommy
this is the
Wiseau's-
prototype Tommy.
I haven't
Wiseau.
seen
Yeah.
that movie.
But the
so.
thing is with Ed,
Ed Wood or Plan
Ed Wood,
9?
I haven't seen it.
But the thing with Ed Wood is like he would cut every corner possible to get his movie done. And that's
Oh.
what the movie shows.
Yeah.
And like actors changed halfway through or something, but he kept them
He's
in.
just a weird. It was a weird. He's a weird guy.
That was Tim Burton directed that, right? And Johnny
Exactly.
Depp?
It's
Yeah.
right before
Was Johnny Depp in it?
It is. Johnny Depp plays Ed Wood, and it's right before they became idiots together. Like
Because he does Edward Scissorhands, he does
Yeah.
Ed Wood, and then there's a small break where Burton does Big Fish and Mars Attacks.
they all go. They both went like, I can do these crazy things now, and like Johnny Depp's like, I'm only gonna play weird characters because Ed Wood is quite strange in the movie. I don't know. We're talking
But-
about Ed Wood. So yeah, BlacKkKlansman, go see it. It's great. We have some comments before we get into the
Flashback.
flashback. Last week we did Manhattan Murder Mystery, and I watched Tag. Let's see. Derek said, I still, to this day, never seen a Woody Allen film that I'm aware of, and really don't have a desire to. And I would say, just pick one and watch one. They're pretty good.
Go with some of the older ones, though.
I would say there's one newer one there's a couple newer ones that I like. I like Midnight in Paris with
Oh, yeah.
I like the one with Larry David. I can't remember what it's called.
Complaint.
Something. And then the older ones, like I really liked this movie.
This movie, Annie Hall,
Annie Hall, yeah.
Manhattan,
and then there was
Curse of the Jade Scorpion, or
something like that.
Yeah.
They're Woody Allen's great. You could watch it. It's
If you like, here's the thing: you have to like Larry David stuff, Seinfeld. You have to like that style of humor, because
which is basically like upper middle class Jewish
New York.
New Yorker.
yeah,
Yep.
Which I don't know why I relate to so much because I have literally nothing in common with any of those things. But I think it's so.
you're
funny.
not New York, you're not Jewish,
Not
you're not upper
middle
middle
cla-
class.
You like deli sandwiches.
Love deli sandwiches.
You like bagels.
I like soup.
You like soup.
Who doesn't? You don't like soup?
Not a fan.
Bagels?
Really?
Love bagels.
Oh, come on. It's ham and bagel sandwich every day.
Have you had the chicken and gnocchi soup from Olive Garden?
It's pretty bomb.
Try it.
I always get salads.
Oh, try the soup, man. You'll thank me.
Taste the soup. I don't want to taste the soup.
Matt Hinton said, because this week we're going to talk about Needful Things, he said, Needful Things is almost a straight-up ripoff of an old Twilight Zone episode titled What You Need. Very true, and King has talked about that. Have to agree with Aaron about Tag. We may have rode a crowd or buddy high with Tag. Quality comedy films, much like quality horror, is very subjective. Agreed. And he said he never really cared for Woody Allen, was always more of a Mel Brooks guy when it came to that era of comedy. I think Mel Brooks went for more of the comedy jugular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Woody Allen was more of like
Subtle.
making movies, and they just happened to be kind of funny.
True. I'll grant that, but
Like I don't think Woody Allen necessarily always made comedies.
no, he made basically a lot of his films fall into the dramedy category.
Right.
They were like you might find some stuff funny, but there's some stuff that's kind of
Yeah.
Like-
Mel Brooks are like
You're right. It's I'm going to stab you in the neck with comedy,
right, exactly.
but like
Fantastic.
I was going to say,
like
does,
them both.
Does he have? Does Mel Brooks have a miss?
I don't think so.
I can't think of one.
Like
all
there's,
fantastic.
There's some either I haven't seen or I love.
You're right. Yeah.
I don't think I
So,
ever watched
yeah.
I don't think I ever watched High Anxiety or Silent Movie.
Both just as good as
Spaceballs,
yeah.
Men in Tights,
God, Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles.
So funny.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Not Mel Brooks.
So Needful Things.
Needful Things.
You haven't read the book, haven't seen the movie. You
But-
missed out on this movie.
I did because I couldn't find it. My bad. I need to get Amazon on my PS4.
That's fine.
But I know the premise.
Yeah.
Because it's guy goes into a town, opens
you've
up.
seen Rick and Morty.
I've seen Rick and Morty. I've seen the Twilight Zone episode with Matt. So guy goes into a town. Guy opens an antique store. The antique store has exactly what you need, but there's a price you have to pay when you use that item or get that item.
Which is mostly like play this little prank on somebody that you know kind of thing.
Yeah, and then you find out that is the spoiler from Rick and Morty? Is that
No, they never say he's the devil, but he's definitely not human.
So he's one.
But
of
they
Steve-
never flat out say like.
So he was
he's
one
the
of
devil.
Stephen King's demon alien things.
Something, yeah.
All right.
He's basically just fucking with
Only
us.
the little boy who wants the Mickey Mantle signed card can see him as a monster. That's it. He's the only person. It referenced the sheriff in the town is Sheriff Pangborn, which is the popular sheriff in his novels.
The baseball. That's a good point too. Is the baseball card thing is very like that. I think they messed the whole baseball card thing up in the movie because it should have been more of like a slow build up to the reveal of all that stuff. Where it's basically like he goes and sees the guy once, he goes and sees the guy again, and then bam, it's all done.
So, if last week based on what I got, you loved this film.
I love it.
You think this film is bad? Or
It's
you
a bad movie.
Thought it was bad.
It's a bad movie.
Okay.
It's a decent Stephen King movie. It's a decent movie for people who have read the book.
Okay.
But for like as a movie, it's not a good movie. It's not a
From
good
a
movie at all.
cinematic structure
It's-
standpoint.
Nearly a bad good movie.
So, was this one of his TV miniseries, or was this an actual movie?
No, it was actually
Movie.
a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, what, Tommyknockers, The
The s-
Langaniers,
The Stand.
The Stand,
Langoliers.
Langoliers, yeah.
Which is just a
And
short.
It.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I still liked it. Even watching it again, Ed Harris, a much younger Ed Harris.
Son of a bitch! This movie should be called Needful Things. Son of a bitch! Everybody says, son of a bitch!
All right, so
And yeah,
so we have the basic premise. So what did you like about this film? If you can look at it from the other side.
The Needful Things stuff about it, like the book stuff about it, like there's so many characters in the book, and not all of them make it into the movie. Even some of my favorite ones.
Okay.
So that kind of sucks. What I did like about it was the music. I think the music is
Okay,
very good.
okay. You can find.
Um,
All right. So, do you have any? Can you give honest criticisms about the film? Since you're going into this with huge nostalgia glasses, you love this movie.
I also saw it when I was a kid.
yes.
So for that time period, I thought it was a good movie. Mm-hmm. Watching it now, yes, there's flaws. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the acting is not wonderful. The filming of it is not wonderful and all that stuff. But I'm just thinking about the book and then seeing those things that I kind of relate to as a kid. My favorite baseball player was Mickey Mantle. I had a baseball that was signed "Best Wishes, Mickey Mantle," which is exactly what he said in the movie. So it's things like that. Some of the actors in it I liked from like other 80s movies and stuff.
Okay.
Like the turkey farmer lady is like a popular
That's what
comedian.
he's saying, though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you have nostalgia.
Yep.
So, what are your negatives about it?
Yeah, like you said the actual shooting of the film was not the best.
It's not even a movie that you can watch that way.
Yeah.
It's not a movie where you're like, oh, they placed the camera really well
Yeah.
there, or like, oh, the cinematography is really great. It's a story that's based on a book. They had to condense it down to a 2-hour movie. It's not a movie that you can break down or criticize.
So it's basically it falls on if you liked it or like so.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you
It's a book. It's a movie for fans of the book.
So in that aspect, it's actually a good movie that was
It's-
a
right.
good book that became a movie.
It's a great book. One of his better. Maybe. But it's one of his better
film
adaptations, but that's not saying much.
Yeah, I was going to say some of his other ones always fall into
Right. It's still not great.
Okay.
Pangborn does call him the devil quite a few times in it. And then, like, the end scene where the guy, he blows himself up, but he realizes that he doesn't want to blow up the town, he wants to blow up the devil. So he goes, we're going to hell together, and then he runs after him and grabs him, and they blow up together. And then he just walks out of the fire.
It's basically like this dude comes into the town. There's all these people who have, like, kind of problems with each other, and this guy sells them a thing that they really want, but they have to, like, poke at that thing that they don't like about that person, and then they start confronting each other and fucking with each other.
The dog scene was terrible.
So if this is the devil's just trying to create chaos in this town.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he could be like, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I think he mentions that's how he collects souls. He gets them to turn on each other and kill them, and he collects their souls.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about him clearly being the devil. Like, people call him that because you can, but I don't remember him ever saying, like, yes, I am the devil.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. So not a bad film we got this week.
Yeah.
Not Pink Cadillac.
No.
Still way better.
I love that is our lowest point.
It's just
so
not
far.
even an entertaining movie.
At all.
Right. That
Like they sit.
Utter
So I
boredom.
watched this thing, Red Letter Media. They do best of the worst. They pick all these bad movies. They pick 3 bad movies. They watch them all. They talk about them, and they pick the best of the worst. And these are like terrible movies. Sometimes, not sometimes. One time they put in this movie, and it was a Pink Cadillac-esque movie, and they just they start talking. And they're like, we have nothing to do with this movie. There's no content to make fun of. There's nothing. It's just ugh. It's garbage. So they took it out and watched something else. I wish we could have done that.
Yeah.
There was just nothing to work with.
if there's next time we watch a movie that bad, I might just do that.
But that's the thing, is it's not like a bad movie. Like
let me phrase that. If not, you're right, not bad. If that movie
It's
does
just a
nothing,
movie.
it does nothing.
it does nothing.
Like I said, there's one little joke I laughed at.
Yeah.
The action scenes were.
It's just nothing. There's nothing funny about it. There's nothing redeeming about it.
The
It's
romance
just,
isn't that good. So all the what.
it's
Yeah,
not a Clint Eastwood movie.
I know we're supposed to be talking about needful things, but fuck that
I
movie.
know. Fuck that movie, man.
Yeah.
I want to get us all Pink Cadillac shirts.
Oh, God.
Oh God.
All right, moving on. Movie. We have some interesting selections this time.
All right.
Not a lot that I recognize. I don't know about you guys. So you want to get your phone out and we can look up some of these and just kind of get an idea and make sure that they're real movies.
Yeah. Okay. First one.
1979, Nest of Vipers.
Sounds familiar.
Okay. Nest of Vipers. 1978. Italian film.
78.
Yeah, this is 1978.
Well, I got it from the website that said 79.
What website?
The numbers one that I use every
Yeah,
week.
it's
Same
called
one
By
he
the
uses.
Numbers. Yeah.
By the numbers, yeah.
Yeah. IMDb has it 78. But yeah, it's an Italian
out.
film.
Zip it out.
Oh yeah, this is straight up an Italian drama.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then no movies for 79.
All right.
1987, Prayer for the Dying.
Sounds good.
Prayer for the Dying. Hour 48 minutes. Film adaptation thriller starring Mickey Rourke.
Okay.
Irish Republican Army member Barton Fallon rigs a bomb to destroy a British Army convoy, but plans go wrong when the truck allows a bus to pass. Now he wants out. He's trying to get to the U.S. But Bob Hoskins is in it, so that could be good.
Looks like a movie.
1987, The Offspring. Not the band.
I thought we don't look them up as we put them in.
He's just checking to make sure they're real movies. So you just do that and then let me know. Also from 1987, Boys Next Door. Which I think I remember that movie.
So The Offspring actually has a different title. The Offspring's original title, the one that's known by, is From a Whisper to a Scream.
Interesting.
Horror movie.
Action, drama, horror.
Okay.
In a small Tennessee town.
Have you seen Hereditary yet?
No.
It's on Cody. You should watch it.
Vincent Price is in this one.
Oh, nice. Moving on to 1989, Relentless.
Sounds like a biopic.
Then we have 1989, Kickboxer.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Awesome.
Relentless is a 1989 crime movie about...
You don't have to read. Just make sure they're real movies.
It's a real movie.
And 1989, Cage.
Nick.
High praise.
High praise.
And then we've got some real fucking doozies in 93, boys.
I've watched a review of Cage.
You ready?
Yeah.
1993, Hills Have Eyes Too.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
I don't even like the first one.
Also from 1993, The Joy Luck Club. Remember that one?
Yeah, what is that? There's an Asian
Drama.
There's an Asian restaurant in Port Hadlock called Joy Luck.
Oh, really? 1993, Calendar Girl.
Oh, no.
Yep.
What's that?
A movie about old women who do like...
Why isn't it about hot girls in a calendar?
Old women in a calendar.
Oh man.
It's like Kinky Boots
Like
or...
Golden Girls?
Yeah.
It's like Kinky Boots or The Full Monty, that same style.
Got it.
93, Boxing Helena.
Okay.
And then, you ready for this? Pretty sure this was 1993's Christian Slater, California, with a K.
No, that's Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Dude, that movie's awesome.
Yeah.
I
it's
love
in there.
California.
That's it. I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
So-
Dude, that movie's great.
David Duchovny?
Yeah, David Duchovny, Brad
Yeah.
Pitt. What's that girl's name?
Juliette Lewis?
Juliette Lewis.
Oh, okay.
It's great.
Wait.
What?
Oh, sorry. Wait, she has another movie where she's a psychopath killer?
She's not a psychopath killer. Brad Pitt is.
Oh.
Spoilers.
Now I don't need to see it.
No, you do. It's great.
1993, King of the Hill. Not the show. Not the cartoon. Apparently it's what's her name? Katherine Heigl's in it from Grey's Anatomy.
Ugh.
And also from 1993, a movie called Fortress.
Mixing them up.
On the Barry Gibb Talk Show. Talk about movies. Talk about things that might not be a movie.
So, okay, this one's really weird. It says that Fortress on Google is 92, but then you scroll down, it says release date was 93.
Yeah, I think this movie was the same way.
Fortress is Christopher Lambert going to like a super prison.
Oh, fucking Punisher. Oh, Highlander. That's right. Highlander guy. That's funny. All right, Wes, you ready? Mix it in there with your hand a little bit more and then pick us a wiener.
So Aaron's vote is California.
Don't you want to watch one we haven't seen? That
Yeah,
might be crazy.
No.
All right, we'll go with this one. Calendar Girls.
Are you fucking kidding me? You're the worst.
I know you have me do it every time.
Oh my god, you're the worst.
Oh, it was remade in 2003, apparently.
What?
Calendar Girls.
Oh, really?
What is that's 93, right?
93, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh, this is a wrong movie. I was thinking of a wrong one.
In 1962, lifelong friends Roy Derpaninian, Jason Priestley, and Ned Bleuer Gabrielle Olds and Scott Foreman Jerry O'Connell have just graduated from their small Nevada town's high school. With time running out before Roy must report for Army training, he is determined to meet his ideal woman, Marilyn Monroe, played by Stephanie Anderson. After he steals a car from his loan shark employers, Arturo, Cart Fuller, and Antonio, the trio hits the road for Los Angeles.
Are you excited?
It looks terrible. 11% on Rotten Tomatoes. We should also talk about Sunny 13.
Oh, Always Sunny.
The trailer for that. Did you watch that, Wes? Are you a Sunny fan?
I haven't. I've watched like the first 4 seasons.
No. Well, season 13 has a trailer out, and it's fucking fantastic. You never watched Fat Mac?
No, I watched.
Just
like,
watch the Fat Mac
Yeah.
season.
That's what roped me in.
Please watch the Fat Mac version, because now
And when they lived together.
Mac is ripped.
Remember when they went to the suburbs?
Oh, I remember.
That was the best.
Yeah.
Like I saw an episode of Fat Mac when they're going to Jersey, the shore.
Yeah, with Rumham.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now Mac is ripped. There's no more Dennis. Dennis left.
He did actually leave the show.
Yeah. So Mac made a sex doll into Dennis and has it throughout the season apparently. And there's one little quick shot where Charlie comes into a room dressed like Kramer from Seinfeld. So you got to know what that's all about. And then at one point, Mac and Dee are at this like counseling thing, and they're in front of a room, and this doctor's like, "Okay, try to attack Mac," and she like walks up to him, and Mac picks her up by the crotch.
Oh, yeah.
And she like is waving her legs and stuff, and he's like, "Ah!"
What?
It looks
And
so funny.
And then he puts her right there. She's like, "That was fucking amazing."
He's like, "That was awesome." I have a screenshot of it because I love it so much.
It was super funny. I love it. That's the best.
So good. So yeah, that looks exciting.
So, back with the Fat Mac thing, he actually put on that weight.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in this one, he's fucking ripped. He looks like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. Like ripped.
And he did it just to prove how not easy it is, but with
No, he just did it for the show. Because he's like, I think it would be funny if Mac was ripped now. Because
Yeah.
I bet what the premise is, because what it was with Fat Mac is he goes in and he's gigantic, and they're like, holy shit, what the fuck happened? And he's like, what? He's like, I'm just he's cultivating mass, is what he says the whole time. And now he's like harvested the mass.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to walk in and be like, what? I've always been like this. What are you talking about?
So he Marvel dieted, essentially.
He did.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm sure this, like, as opposed, Caitlin Olsen was probably not very happy about the Fat Mac thing, and she's probably really loving the ripped Mac.
So I really thought Dennis was coming back. I thought we read that.
So he said, sorry, Caitlin Olsen posted a picture of Dennis on the set and said he's going to be in a couple episodes. Everyone celebrate. And then he was like, no, they haven't finished writing the season yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So we don't know. All we've seen of Dennis in the trailer is the sex doll.
Is the sex doll and then other people playing Dennis,
Yeah.
but like one of them was Don Cheadle or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, something like that. But they're like, why did you make a sex doll out of Dennis? And he's like, well, because you said that I needed to fill the hole with Dennis. So I I think his character might come out to be gay this season too, finally.
Really?
Yeah.
Has that been a long running thing?
Oh yeah. Like for Mac Day on one episode, they do everything that Mac wants to do, and one of the things that he wants to do is his favorite thing to do is to go to a bodybuilding competition and oil up the guys. But he thinks it's just because he just appreciates the bulkiness of men and it's powerful. But he just the whole series is like, you're kind of gay.
Like I remember, I guess not kind of gay, but just part that stands out when thinking of that now is the Dayman Nightman episode of the musical.
Well, that's Charlie.
No,
Charlie
no.
makes the Dayman.
He makes the show, but the way Mac plays the Nightman.
Oh no, yeah, that's true. Yeah, like a cat. Well, he
Yeah.
does the cat he does karate and stuff, but he doesn't know karate. Yeah, I think Mac has been due for a coming out of the closet episode.
That's super funny.
Yeah.
Excited for that.
Definitely wanted to bring that up before we close. Yeah.
Anything else, Wes?
I got nothing.
Anything else? That's a wrap. Thank you guys for joining us on this episode of Bloodshots. Go ahead, leave some comments down below. Tell us what you thought about...
Comment below. We'll read it on the show.
Yeah, there you go. We'll do that.
I've been trying to get that to catch on. You guys haven't been listening.
Tell us what you thought of
I'm
Needful
sure that's
Things.
the first time you've ever said it.
It's not. Watch Piece of Schmidt.
Your homework is... what the fuck's the name of the movie?
Calendar Girls with Jason...
Priestley from 90210.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
My mom loved that show when I was a kid.
Awesome. Well, that's going to do it again for us, folks. And go ahead and help support the show on patreon.com/derailed. You can like and subscribe on YouTube and Twitter. And help support Max on Jalapeno Children's Fund over on twitch.tv. We'll see you next week.